Hi, yeah, I'm back again. It seems to be an afternoon of me finishing little projects off, which is awesome feeling actually. So as you can probably see here, I have Mark 1 Megadrive with the Mega CD there. And let me just turn this down slightly. Yeah. What I've done is I had this Mega Drive for a while back when I was doing designer toy painting and things like that. I had a spare Model 1 Mega Drive and I painted it all as a Sonic the Hedgehog themed turn it off because it's getting in the way. Sonic the Hedgehog themed Mega Drive and sold that on, and I was really pleased with how it turned out. Look, it's had a Sonic on there and I'd hand painted it all. And this one was going to be a Dr. Robotnik or Dr. Eggman or however you know that boss from Sonic themed one. But I got about halfway and I didn't really, I wasn't feeling it, so it just went on the shelf for a few years actually. So I dusted it off. I thought it's a shame it's sitting there, basically being unused and just not even finished because I didn't like how the paint job was going. So I'd sanded it back, repainted it black, and I'm going to get some vinyl cut lettering to put on because I've used water slip in the past and it's just not, sometimes it stays on, sometimes it doesn't. It's really hit and miss. So what I've done is turn this into another Jamma-drive. This is obviously I've not done a Model 1 before. I did a Model 2 where I'd hidden the edge connector within another Mega CD expansion sort of flap area. I haven't done that this time. There's not a lot of space in the Model 1, I must admit. Once you've got your pads in there, your 1 and 2 player pads, which are wired in and they're here in the area. You've got your jammer edge and it's like got I've put bracing in there to make it secure and sturdy. So there's no real room to hide the edge within the case. So the edge actually, it pokes out the side slightly. It pokes out enough that you can get the connector on. So we'll have a quick look around the back and you'll see there's a good row of switches. So this Mega Drive, this Jamma-drive has got overclock on it, switchable overclock. That's 50-60 megahertz switch. This is the Japanese English language mod switch. And this switch back here gives you two options on sync, because when I was following the tutorials and stuff in the past and again when I did this one, I couldn't get the sync to show video on the screen on my Jamma. This is a proper Jamma Supergun, but there was no image coming through. The sound was there because I could use the headphone socket, but there'd be no video to the screen. So I found another area to get sync from, which then let it work with the Supergun. Arcade monitors must take a slightly different sync to, I guess, TVs. So what I did, because this hopefully will get used on an arcade machine at some point, I've added a switch in to switch from the sync that works with the Supergun setup at home on a TV and to the sync point that the tutorial showed me. So it's got a bit of flexibility there, and hopefully will be just about right. And this white cable here, this tail, is to power the Mega CD from the Jammer edge. So it looks quite good. I think once it's got the stickers on, it'll just look really nice, I reckon. So I'll switch it on. It takes a few seconds for it to power onto the screen. I don't really know why. There we go, it should be coming on. Good old golden axe, and the volume's controlled by the headphone thing. There we go. So this is running overclocked. There's a green light here. It's hard to see really. There we go. When it's in standard clock, it shows red, and it's on 60 Hz as it's full screen. Little tip: press B when skipping the story, so you don't accidentally use all your magic at the beginning, which I always end up doing. So I'll show you it works here. It's a wicked game. I love Golden Axe. I used to rent this all the time from Blockbusters. Back when I had a paper round and I couldn't quite afford to buy all the games. It's a bit of a false economy really, going and renting it all the time, but yeah, I absolutely loved it. There we go. So there's Golden Axe. I don't want to waffle too long, I know I really do on these videos. So if I take Golden Axe out, fingers crossed, switch it back to standard clock, because the Mega CD will only run the region it is set up for. So if I remember correctly, one of these switches sets it to 50 Hz. Turn it on. Now mate, see, this is the error you get. I really need to label these so I can figure out which is which. That's it. For some reason with this Mega CD setup, you have to switch the sync over on the back to get it to start up. It's not very good, is it? I've only just gone in there. Ah, here we go. So disk drive's accessing. There we go. So I'll press start. We get activity. Absolutely, I know I say absolutely love every game I've got, but this I do absolutely love. There we go. So you can load up. So the trouble with the Mega CD, when you're running it, when we have in the UK anyway, it needs to all be set up. I've waffled on about it. So the other Jamma-drive video I did, but it needs to be all done in its original region, and then you can switch it to full screen. So once it's loaded up, you switch it to 60 Hz and it's full screen. Man, I've got so much nostalgia for all these games. Golden Axe and Final Fight for sure. I used to go to the convenience shop at the bottom of my road when I was a kid at secondary school and play Final Fight. My favourite character was always Guy. And it's odd, I used this game when I showed the Jamma-drive, or Jamma-drive 2 I did before, just because it's my favourite Mega CD game. I mean, it's very close to the arcade. The sprites aren't as big and stuff like that, but it's about as close as you can get. I'd love the CPS1 board of Final Fight, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So yeah, I just wanted to briefly show a Jamma-drive, well, a Megadrive Model 1 Jamma setup that runs Mega CD. I mean, it's odd really. I don't know if it's because of differences between US Mega Drives or Genesis, that sometimes you have to do things. I found on the other one I did that you have to do like little things to make the video appear. But always seems fine. It's just how you start it up. You switch that switch this switch. But yeah, I'm well pleased with it. It's a Mega Drive that's been sat on the shelf doing nothing, and now it's like fully arcade worthy really, especially like when you get to play stuff like that. So yeah, okay, I'll stop waffling. I haven't got much more to say. It's just I'm happy Project Day's working. Great. See you later. Bye.